And you are watching Pustak Verma Education for All YouTube channel. And today we are gonna discuss about a chapter from Grade 12 Compulsory English new course. It's Train to Pakistan from Unit 17 under the topic War and Peace by Khuswant Singh. So before dealing with this chapter is we have to discuss about some of the questions mentioned in our textbooks, and they are in question A. Have you ever traveled by train? के तपाईँ कहिले ट्रेनमा यात्रा गर्नुभएको छ? Share your experiences. Yes, I have traveled by train many times. It was a day and a night journey from Lucknow to Gujarat. The only two things that I enjoyed on that train journey were the beautiful panoramic landscapes and the sociable environments among the travelers. Question B. What does it feel like while traveling on a crowded train like in the second picture? As you see these second pictures, after looking these second pictures, what do you feel like traveling in such train? It makes us feel like the situation of discomfort, केही नराम्रो अवस्था रहेको हुनुपर्छ, emergency लागेको सङ्कटकाल लागेको हुनुपर्छ अथवा insecurity while traveling on a crowded train like in the second picture. Then about the main points are the summary of Train to Pakistan. Train to Pakistan is a 1956 historical novel by Indian novelist Khuswant Singh. Set during the 1947 partition of India that created the nations of Pakistan and India, focusing on the lives of ordinary citizens as they were torn from their homes. Train to Pakistan brings a human dimensions to one of the bloodiest period in the history of these two countries. भनेको यो नोभेलले के गर्छ, how the people were torn, how the bloodshed took place, and how the people of this one country killed to another country is mentioned in this novel. But in our text, an excerpt or the a small part of that novel is presented. So the essay opens with when Iqbal wanted to sleep in the afternoon because he has passed the night by sitting on the bedroll in a crowded third class compartment of the train. सुरुमा हामीले के पाउँछौँ, इकबाल आफ्नो कम्पार्टमेन्टमा सुत्न प्रयास गरिरहेको हुन्छ दिउँसोको समयमा। किन त उसले होल नाइट सुत्न पाएको हुँदैन, ट्रेनका डब्बाहरू पुरा फुल मान्छेले भरिएका हुन्छन्. The train was full of people when 50 passengers got off the train at one station. Nearly more than 200 people entered into, in which almost made the no space to at least stand with मदर्स चिल्ड्रेन्स यङ्गर्स एन्ड ओल्डर वन्स. जब एउटा ट्रेन स्टेसनमा ट्रेन रोकिन्थ्यो, 50जना मान्छे झऱ्यो भने 200भन्दा बढी मान्छे के गर्थे, ट्रेनमा चढ्ने गर्थे. त्यसकारण त्यहाँ के थियो, बच्चाहरू, आमाहरू सबै अथवा यङ पिपलहरू, ओल्डर पिपलहरू सबै पेनफुल सिचुएसनमा थिए. मेनी पिपल अन द रूफ, केही मान्छे माथि बसेका थिए. ब्याड स्मेल्स वेयर एभ्रिवेयर. इकबाल वाज रिडिङ अ बुक इन द डिम लाइट. इकबाल त्यतिखेर डिम मधुरो लाइटमा उसले किताब पढिरहेको थियो. A neighbor asked him what he was reading. He surprised and he was surprised to see him reading English books. English book हेरेर ऊ surprised हुन्छ because most of them were uneducated. And they started calling him बाबु साहेब. उसलाई के भन्न सुरु गरिदिन्छन्, हिन्दी टर्म बाबु साहेब भन्न इकबाललाई सुरु गर्छन्. As these people associated reading English with a wise man, educated and knowledgeable one. English पढ्न लेख्न जान्ने मान्छे एकदमै जान्ने हुन्छ भनेर तिनीहरूले कन्सिडर गर्छन्. They inquired about his background too. He replied without hesitation that he was from जेलुम डिस्ट्रिक्ट एन्ड द प्यासेन्जर कन्फर्म. त्यसपछि प्यासेन्जरले के कन्फर्म गर्छन्, ऊ पनि पाकिस्तान गइरहेको छ, ऊ पनि मुस्लिम हो र ऊ पनि के गरिरहेको छ, पाकिस्तानी बासिन्दा हो भन्ने कुरा कन्फर्म गर्छन्. एज दे न्यू भेरी वेल द्याट इज Jalum district lies in Pakistan and the train was also going to Pakistan. They made several cross questions associated to his background throughout the night, and early morning he got up at Mano Majro and breathed the fresh air. Whole नाइटमा तिनीहरू के गर्छन्, विभिन्न किसिमको क्वेसन्सहरू कन्फर्मेसन्स गर्नको लागि र विभिन्न अरू क्वेसन्सहरू सोध्छन्. र जब बिहान हुन्छ, अर्ली बिहानमा ऊ मानो माज्रो भन्ने स्टेसनमा के हुन्छ, झर्छ. He wanted to take a long siesta लामो समयसम्म यसो एकछिन रेस्ट लिन चाहन्छ in a room, but it was no ventilated room and earthly smell and flies, so he sprayed a handkerchief on his face and managed to doze off. ऊ एउटा रुममा जान्छ, त्यहाँ के पाउँछ, बटरहरू पनि राखेको हुन्छन्, झिँगाहरू पुरा एकदमै उडिरहेका हुन्छन्, त्यस कारणलाई सुत्न गाह्रो हुन्छ अनि उसले टेक आउट हिज ह्याङ्करचिफ आफ्नो फेसमा राख्छ र एकछिन रेस्ट गर्न खोज्छ यस. And while Meet Singh arrived and informed about the murder committed by Jagga as known as Jagut Singh. त्यसपछि उसले के आउँछ, एकैछिनमा जसरी ऊ सुत्न खोज्छ, सुतिरहेको बेलामा मिट सिंह आइहाल्छ अनि मिट सिंहले के भन्छ, देयर वाज अ मर्डर कमिटेड परहेप्स बाई जगत सिंह. तर इनफेक्ट त्यो मर्डर जगत सिंहले कमिटेड गरेको हुँदैन, त्यो हामीले होल नोभेल पढ्यौँ भने थाहा पाउँछौँ. He stated that his father and grandfathers were also ducats. उसले के भन्छ, जग्गाको ग्रेन्डफादर र फादर्सहरू पनि डकेट थिए, but they never looted their own villages. तर उनीहरू फरक थिए किनकि उनीहरू आफ्नो भिलेजर्सलाई कहिले पनि लुटेका थिएनन् र मर्डर गरेका थिएनन्. But they consider जग्गा as the murder of neighboring men and ran away. Iqbal was very sad and confused by the character of Meet Singh, who wanted to tell lie in the court. ऊ के चाहन्थ्यो, कोर्टमा झुटो बोलेर आफ्नो साथीलाई बचाउन चाहन्थ्यो जग्गालाई. On the scripture माथि हात राखेर कसम खाएर भए पनि, yes, he pretending that Jagga was praying in the Gurudwara at the time of murder. Then Meet Singh justified that fact, saying that Jagga was the right as he plowed his land and looked after his cattle and reported लम्बरदार एभ्री डे. उसले के भन्छ, उसको जग्गाको ब्याकग्राउन्ड हिज पास्ट इभेन्टलाई डिल गर्छ, ऊ कसरी खेतमा काम गर्थ्यो, आफ्नो क्याटलको हेरचाह गर्थ्यो र प्रत्येक दिन लम्बरदारलाई हरेक कुरा रिपोर्ट गर्ने गर्थ्यो. त्यसपछि उसले के गर्छ, एउटा लाइन यहाँ कोट गरिदिन्छ, बट हाउ लङ यु कुड बियर सच अपरेसन, कति लामो समय उसले अपरेसन यो दबाव सहन सक्थ्यो. देयर वाज क्राइम इन हिज ब्लड एज देयर इज अ भेरी फेमस प्रवर्ब, अ स्नेक क्यान कास्ट इट्स स्लो बट नट इट्स पोइजन. स्नेकले कति बेलासम्म के गर्छ त, आफ्नो पोइजनलाई भित्र राखेको हुन्छ, उसले कहिले न कहिले के गर्छ, निकाल्छ. इकबाल सपोर्टेड द पुलिस एन्ड द ल अफ द कन्ट्री, बट मिट सिंह stated that criminals were not born, rather they were made by the hunger, want and justice. उसले के गर्छ, इकबाल सिंहले सपोर्ट गर्छ लको, कानुनको, पुलिसको सपोर्ट गर्छ, तर मिट सिंहले के भन्छ, मिट सिंह सेज दैट people are not born as criminal, rather it is the situation, hunger, wants and injustice made them so. Meet Singh said that police would catch the Jagga as he was very tall in height and he could be recognized from a course. एक माइल टाढैबाट उसलाई चिन्न सक्छन्. Deputy Sahab has already sent the orders to all the police station to arrest Jagga. In question to Iqbal, who deputy was? त्यसपछि इकबालले के सोध्छ मिट सिंहसँग, इकबाल यो डिप्टी साहेब को हो भनेर भन्दाखेरि मिट सिंहले रिप्लाइड दैट डिप्टी साहब वाज द हुकुम चन्द नाम गरेको व्यक्ति हो, इन द हु लिभ इन द डार्क बंगला नर्थ अफ द ब्रिज एन्ड वाज नाउ नर आर्मी. अहिले उसलाई नर आर्मी पनि भन्ने गर्छन्, एउटा हिन्दी टर्म हो, इज मेल डोमिनेटेड पर्सन. He got the succeed in his life and he was promoted one after another for pleasing the sahib all the time. उसले आफ्नो मालिकहरूलाई सधैँ प्लिज गर्ने गर्थ्यो, खुसी बनाउने गर्थ्यो र त्यसकारण ऊ आफ्नो लाइफमा के भयो त, एकदम सक्सिड भयो र ऊ के गर्यो त, टाइम टु टाइम प्रमोटेड गरेर सक्सेसफुल भयो. He had many friends too and he got many things done for them too. उसले आफ्नो साथीहरूलाई सहयोग पनि गरिरहेको छ. Furthermore, Meet Singh said that he was not the friend of हुकुमचन्द, म हुकुमचन्दको साथी होइन भनेर भन्छ. He was the priest of Gurudwara and he was an emperor. Meet Singh associated him too with an government and themselves as his subject. उसले के भन्छ, हुकुमचन्द एउटा इम्पेयर हो, ऊ एउटा गुरुद्वाराको प्रिस्ट हो, हुकुमचन्द एउटा के हो त, गभर्नमेन्ट हो भने उनीहरू त्यसको सब्जेक्ट हुन्. Then Iqbal desired to go away and he asked the way. The Meet Singh suggested him to go through the rivers and go fast as there might be late before indoor, where Lambardar and Uncle Imam Bakas might visit him to converse. सायद उसँग के हुन्छ, अंकल इमाम नाम गरेको उसको मान्छे र लम्बरदार भिजिट गर्न सक्छन्. इकबाल stepped out of the Gurdwara and he found some constable, केही पुलिसम्यानहरू sitting on the charpais at the door of रामलाल's house was open. रामलालको घरको ढोका खुल्ला भएको हुन्छ. A woman wailing there later joined by other women to the अरू womenहरू पनि त्यहाँ बिलाप गरिरहेको हुन्छन्, रोइरहेका हुन्छन्. Then is train to Pakistan. This is about the train journey. Is some characteristics. Jagga as Jagat Singh. Jagat Singh, nicknamed Jagga, is the main protagonist of the train to Pakistan. As per to the novel, हामीले whole novel हेऱ्यौँ भने यसलाई main protagonist को रूपमा पाउँछौँ. A young and strapping ducats with a good heart. राम्रो heart भएको is the resident bad boy of Mano Mazra. By the end of the novel, he redeems himself and saves the lives of the Manu Mazra's Muslim people. उसले धेरै मुस्लिम पिपलहरूलाई बचाउने पनि गर्छ. इकबाल सिंह जसले आफ्नो नाम के गरेको हुन्छ, इकबाल मोहम्मद राखेको हुन्छ. Iqbal Singh is an educated man from Delhi sent to inform जो के हुन्छ from Delhi sent to inform the people of Manu Mazra of various petitions for the government reform. Instead, he gets hauled into jail. र उसलाई पनि के गरिन्छ, जेलमा राखिन्छ, फसाइन्छ जग्गाको साथमा for Lala Ram Lal's murder and accused of being a murder member of Muslim League. Hukumchand. Hukumchand is the magistrate अथवा deputy commissioners of Mano Madra and surrounding districts. Morally questionable, he struggles with many of his decisions throughout the novel. उसले के गर्छ, he keeps his elders, he keeps his even hakims happy, and he got promoted time to time. Meet Singh. Meet Singh is the priest of Gurudwara. He is the supporter of Jagga, one of the ducates of the area. He has good relationship with Iqbal Singh as well. Oh, what happens in fact in the novel? हामीले novel नै पुरै यो पढ्यौँ भने ट्रेन टु पाकिस्तान के पाउँछौँ? Begins with the murder of Lala Ramlal. यसको मर्डरबाट सुरु हुन्छ. The Mano Madras money lender. त्यसको एउटा धनी व्यापारी मान्छे हुन्छ. One of the few Hindus in the communities. A ducat named Malli नाम गरेको and his gang of the robbers are the ones who kill Lala Ramlal. वास्तवमा मल्ली नाम गरेको डकेत र उसको मेम्बर्सहरूले मारेका हुन्छन्. But in inept police who oversee Mano Majra and surrounding villages falsely imprison two men. तर उसले दुईजना मान्छेलाई गलत तरिकाले फसाइदिन्छन्, एउटा जग्गु सिंह र अर्को इकबाल सिंह for the crime. Then about the glossaries, train to Pakistan. Stress, strengthen out, coarse, rough, Sarpai, a lighted bed sheet, is bedroll, a sleeping bags, howling, producing a long wailing sound, smoother fire service, trust, push, clamor, a loud and confused noise, pursuit to sit precariously in a way that is not serious, securely in position, frayed, wear out, trod, walker steps, laboratory, a room containing toilets, speckled, covered or marked, fluttered, hovered, चारैतिर घुम्नु, prescriptions, the action of prescribing a medicine or treatment, endurance, tolerations, siesta, an afternoon rest or nap, stank, have a strong unpleasant smell, failing, pretend to be affected by feelings, absconded, run away, escapes, anglicized, make English in form of character, baffling, impossible to understand, wearied, caused to become tired, platitudes, commonplace, sermon, homely, counterfeit, faked or copied, convulsions, attack or spams. So these are the vocabularies of the chapter Train to Pakistan. The train looked like is as it went to Pakistan. Okay, about working with words. What do the underlined words in the following sentences mean? Take the best answer. Question A. The shouting and clamor would continue until the long after the train had left station. So the term this clamor refers to a loud and confused noise. There were dozens outside perched precariously on the footboards, holding on the door handles, not securely. The question C. The book had gone round compartment for scrutiny, examination, and but Jaga had run away absconded. That means hid somewhere secretly. His countryman's code of the morals had always puzzled him. Anglicized way of looking at things. That means characteristics of English. Iqbal felt a little shy for coming out with these platitudes, doubtful remarks. And then about the many words have been borrowed in English from the different languages. Find the meaning of the following words which are borrowed from Hindi language. One, baramda. Baramda भनेको roof, platform along with the outside of the house. Khaki भनेको dress भइहाल्यो, वर्दी मिलिट्रीहरुको. पस्मिना भनेको सल भइहाल्यो. यस pajamas भनेको a pair of loose trousers. Pukka a genuine and respectable. Pandits भनेको priest. Avatar incarnate divine teacher. Bangle a rigid ornamental bands worn round the arms. Cheetah a large slender spotted cat. Cheetah is tiger. Guru a Hindu spiritual teacher. Jungle a forest. Karma good luck bad luck. Nirvana moksha. Shampoo a liquid preparation for washing hair. A raita an Indian side dish is mostly liquid हुन्छ. अब खानेकुराहरूसँग एड गरेर खाने गरिन्छ. Then about at the given suffixes to the following words, make new words. Notice whether e is retained or dropped. अब यसमा के गर्ने, चेन्ज को पछाडि केही सफिक्सेसहरु दिएको छ, एबल, आइएनजी, ईडी, लेस, यिनीहरु युज गरेर एउटा सेन्टेन्स बनाउने. एन्ड व्हाइल मेकिङ द सेन्टेन्स वेदर दिस e is omitted or not, यो e लाई ओमिट गरिन्छ कि गरिदैन त्यसमा केयर गर्ने. त फर्स्ट वान चेन्ज को चेन्जेबल, चेन्जिङ, चेन्ज्ड, चेन्जलेस. Time into timely, timing, timed, timeless. Notice, noticeable, noticing, noticed. Praise, praiseworthy, praising, praised. Home, homeless, homing, homely. Then study a list of English vowels with their examples, words with, and write more examples with the help of a dictionary. So the example words are given here. Sheep, sheep is. By the help of this sound, you can pronounce these words yourself correctly. Then you'll see comprehensions. Answer the following questions. Why did Iqbal wanted to sleep in the afternoon? Iqbal kina afternoon ma sutna chahन्छ? Iqbal wanted to sleep in the afternoon because he had passed the night just by sitting on his bedroll in a crowded third class compartment of the train. Question B. How did people react with each other in the train? मान्छेहरूले कसरी रिएक्ट गर्ने गर्थे? People had argument most often and cried over one another as the train was overcrowded with the passengers. Why did the book Iqbal why did the book Iqbal reading bring commotions in the compartment? इकबालले पढिरहेको बुक्सले के कस्तो खालको कमोटेसन भनेको हो हल्ला ल्याइदिन्छ कम्पार्टमेन्टमा. The book Iqbal was reading brings commotion in the compartment because he was reading the book in English language, and people in the compartment thought that reading books in English language as wise, praiseworthy, and prestigious, as they had no knowledge about the English languages. Because of that, there was commotion in the compartment. Why did Iqbal have to give clarifications with the personal details? Iqbal ले किन clarification दिनुपर्छ personal details को साथमा? Iqbal had to give clarification with his personal details about his background because the travelers in the train came to know that he was the only person who had good knowledge of English language and thought him as an intellectual and wise person. Therefore, they insisted him to reveal his background. Question number E. Who was Meet Singh and what did he report to Iqbal? Meet Singh को थियो the priest of गुरुद्वारा जसले एउटा मर्डर भएको छ भन्ने कुरा रिपिट गर्छ र सायद perhaps that was committed by the Jagga. How, according to Meet Singh, was Jagga Singh different from his forefathers? Jagga Singh आफ्नो forefathers भन्दा फरक कसरी थियो? According to Meet Singh, Jagga को forefathers हरु पनि डकैत थिए तर तिनीहरूले they never even looted the people of their villages and murdered the people nearby neighboring village. तर जग्गा के थियो त जग्गा was the person who looted even the people of the same village and even murdered a neighboring villagers. एकजना मान्छेलाई मर्डर पनि गरेको हुन्छ. How does author show contradiction in Meet Singh's character? Meet Singh's character मा contradiction कसरी देखाउँछन्? The author shows contradiction in Meet Singh's character through two ways. दुई तरिकाले देखाउँछन्. He was not bothered by the Jaggas committing murder, rather the fellow villagers मारेर उलाई टेन्सन भएको हुन्छ. As being a priest of Gurudwara, he himself wanted to shun on the Holy Granth in the defense of Jagga, saying that Jagga was praying in the Gurudwara at the time of murder. उसले बचाउन खोज्छ. Who was हुकुम सिंह and how did he succeed in career? हुकुम सिंह एउटा के हुन्छ डेप्टी साहेब हुन्छ जसलाई नर आदमी पनि भन्ने गर्छौं हामीले एउटा मेल डोमिनेटेड मान्छे हुन्छ यसलाई हिन्दी टर्म हो and he succeeded in his career because he used to please his sahibs and more often he was promoted one after another and therefore he got succeed in his career. Critical thinking. Iqbal is addressed as Babu Saheb by the general folk simply because he knew English language. Are Nepali people who can speak English taken with respect? Discuss the importance of learning English in the Nepalese context. In the essay Train to Pakistan, the author presents Iqbal as a prestigious person as he knows English well. Furthermore, he is addressed as Babu Saheb by the general folk simply he knew English. In Nepalese context, people give respect to people who can speak English too. English plays quite multi-dimensional role in the day-to-day our life in the present Nepalese context. It is used as medium of communication in the banks, railway stations, bus stations, airways, educational sector, medical, private sector, etc. English is a link language that is used in trade and business both at national and international level. The influence of English is high in education system of Nepal as well as English is taken as a compulsory subject in the school and colleges and university. Above all, speaking English language and having wide knowledge of it is widely respected in the Nepalese society. नेपाली समाजमा पनि यसलाई बढी प्रशंसा गर्ने गर्छन्. Thus, it is regarded as the window through which we can peep the world easily. Question number B. Do you agree with the Iqbal's comments on crime and punishment? इकबालले जस्तो सोच्छ त्यस्तै खालको कमेन्ट क्राइम र पनिशमेन्ट माथि त्यस्तै सोचिराख्नु भएको छ. In your view, what should the state, society and individuals do for the peace and order in the social lives? As I support the ways Iqbal comments on the crime and punishment in the essay Train to Pakistan. In my opinion, the state, society and individuals should do following things for the peace and order in the social lives. The role of state is the wholly dependent one. It is ultimately that of protecting and enhancing the economic and political interest of the ruling class. The role of society is to facilitate inclusion in an effort to enhance the social cohesion and hence the build on human relation in the society. यदि उसले सोशल कोहेजन सोशल रिलेसन सोसाइटीले बढाउनु पर्छ स्टेटले के गर्नुपर्छ इकोनोमिक र पोलिटिकल इन्ट्रेस्टलाई इन्हेन्स गर्नुपर्छ रुलिङ क्लासको र इन्डिभिजुअलले के गर्नुपर्छ हेल्पफुल हुनुपर्छ टु मेडिटेट भनेको ध्यान कन्सन्ट्रेट गर्ने स्टडी नन भाइलेन्सेस अहिंसाको कुराहरूलाई बढी पढ्ने कन्फ्लिक्ट म्यानेजमेन्ट गर्ने कन्फ्लिक्ट रिजोल्युसन्स कुरा गर्ने पिस स्टडिज गर्ने देन ओन्ली वी क्यान इस्टाब्लिस पिस एन्ड अर्डर इन द सोसाइटी. देन अबाउट राइटिङ Mit Singh says Jagga a badmas. There can be such people in your locality to write a paragraph describing him or her. Obviously, Meet Singh says Jagga a badmas, though there is no such badmas persons in our localities nowadays, but they used to be in the past, as my grandfather says. According to him, there was such a person in our locality whose name was Sultan Singh, and he was the leader of other dacoits. He used to carry gun with him most often. He had committed many robberies in the neighboring villages. People were afraid of him. He was 6.4 feet tall and with long his mustache on his face. He had big eyes, used to ride on a horse. He had killed two people too. At the end police captured him. Not people, rather this police captured him and he was given life imprisonment and sent to jail where he died in the jail in his old age. And the dacoits used to look like this. They used to. Okay, question B. You may have traveled by bus or train. During your travel, you might have got different experiences. Write a letter to your friend describing about your unforgettable journey. So, okay. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. I hope the same for you. With immense joy and happiness, I wish to tell you about my journey from Lucknow to Gujarat by train. The train journey always fascinates me. मलाई जहिले पनि fascinate गर्छ. This time it was more special as I was accompanied by फोर माई अदर फ्रेन्ड, चारजना अरू साथीको साथमा थियो. We reached Lucknow station at 7 a.m. in the morning. We were quick to find the compartment and soon we boarded the train. As the train sped up, we all enjoyed the panoramic beauty. बाहिरको सुन्दरता हेरेर हामीले झालबाट धेरै आनन्द लियौं. Soon after our breakfast, we all played Antachari and several other games like passing jokes, singing songs, etc. Few other passengers also joined us in the game and we had a lot of fun. We missed your presence. हामीले तिमीलाई धेरै मिस गर्यौं. Due to excitement, we could not sleep at night and we enjoyed and made several beautiful memories on our way. Finally, next day we reached Gujarat and we were very happy to reach there. I wish you had also come with us. Convey my regards to your parents, your friends, Trina. Then about grammar: past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous tense. Study the following sentences. My head was aching again, so I went home early. Simple past tense. Sunita was teaching to children while Nitesh was washing up. Past continuous. He worked hard all his life. Just as I was getting into the bath, the fire alarm went up. Before he stopped laughing, everyone had left. The film had already begun by the time we got to the cinema. She had returned to the house where she had been staying with friends. So these are the several four other tenses of past tenses and their uses. So how to use simple past tense. The structure is subject, verb to object. Use it for a series of complicated actions in the past. I visited my grandfather, stayed for 2 hours, chatted with her, and then returned home. This is the complicated series of actions. Use it for complicated actions in the past. She went to Japan 2 days ago. Use it for habit in the past as used to plus verb 1. I used to play piano when I was a child. Time adverbials like yesterday, ago, and last can be used in the simple past tense. In the same way, past continuous subject verb was where verb ing object, and here the s adverbials can be when he came, yesterday at, while, at 5 o'clock. In the same way, past perfect subject had plus verb 3 plus object. It is used to express the past actions already finished when another past action happened. Time adverbial when, before, after, etc. Past perfect continuous tense subject had have been plus past participle plus object. It is used to express past action which started in the past and continued to happen actions time in the past. Time adverbial for since of past action. Then about question B. Here is an extract from a newspaper article about missing boy Ronis and his father Naresh. Decide why different form of past tenses are used. First you read this is extract and then try to find out why different set of past tenses are used in this passage. So here Naresh said, Ronnie said that means a reported speech यहाँ use गरिएको छ. Said that Ronnie we used to enjoy riding with him on his bike, followed him as set up. He told the child to go back to his mother and rode away. Meanwhile, Ronnie's mother thought that Ronnie had gone with Naresh. Naresh believed Ronnie had stayed behind, and it was only some hours later when Naresh returned and that they realized Ronnie had vanished. So, given extract use a different form of past tense due to following reason. The sentences are in reported are narrated from, therefore past simple passive tense is used. Past perfect tense is used in the extract to indicate earlier actions taken place. Past simple is used to indicate the incidences took place in the past. Then about question C, fill in the gaps with suitable verb. Suitable form of verbs in the brackets. Use simple past or past continuous, past perfect tense. You may need to use negative too. It was Sunday afternoon. I was watching a cookery programs on the TV. I realized how hungry I was but of course I was hungry. I hadn't eaten anything since lunch. केही खाएको थिएन and I had run a race in the morning. Biscuits. I thought my mother had given me a jar of delicious homemade biscuits. I went into the kitchen, opened the fridge and poured some milk in the big glass. Then I looked for the kitchen chair, but it wasn't there. Somebody had taken it away, and there were no biscuits in the biscuit jar. Somebody has eaten them all. I was sure I had put the jar there, and the previous day, and I had eaten only one cookies. It was very strange. A few minutes later, I was drinking my glass of milk when I heard a loud noise coming from the dining room. I went there quickly. I opened the door. I could not believe my eyes. An enormous monkey was eating the biscuits excitedly on the kitchen chair. Very interesting paragraph. Then about question D, rewrite the following sentences correcting the mistakes. Did you ever see her before you met her at the school? So the answer is, had you ever seen her before you met her at the school? Here, while it's changing the sentences, you have to keep in mind that you have to use only the past tense, simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. She played the flute, then she had sung the choir. यहाँ पछाडिको past perfect छ त्यस कारण के गर्ने she had played the flute and then she had sung in their choir. I borrowed Rima's car. Had you known about it? I had borrowed Roma's car. Had you known about it? After the lesson had finished, we then run out of school. After the lesson had finished, run change into rain. Past tense ma out of school. Had you be there as the previous year? Had you not be been there? Had you been there as the previous year? Did you like my article published in the Himalayan Times yesterday? That means, did you like my article published in the Himalayan Times yesterday? Did you like my article? Not disliked. Yes, did ले भर्बन लिने गर्छ. Then about question F, I recognized him because I saw him before. I recognized him because I had seen him before. पहिला देखिसकेको थिए. I hadn't gone out because I hadn't finished my homework. म बाहिरतिर गएन. I didn't go out because I hadn't finished my homework. We had drawn nothing like this at that time. We did nothing like this at that time. हामीले केही पनि गरेनौं. It was quite difficult. He had no idea what to do. And it had been quite difficult. He had no idea what to do. As far as I as far as I had known, she had always had some pets. So as far as I knew, not known, as far as I knew, she had always had some pets. When I met Jim, he was already a soldier for 3 years. When I met Jim, he had already been a soldier for 3 years. He had gone to the coffee because somebody had told him. He went to the coffee because somebody had told him. Yes? So these are the questions. Then project works. Then about project works, Nepal is a country of Lord Buddha who is the advocate of peace. Like Buddha, Nepal has also been working for world peace. With the help of the internet and other resources, find the information about Nepal's role in peace building in the world. Then prepare a report and present it to the class. Nepal's role in peace building in the world. According to Global Peace Index, are ranking countries by their level of peacefulness, Nepal ranks 73rd out of 161 countries. The light of Asia, Lord Buddha was born in this country, because of which the country itself represents the symbol of peace. The diversity of culture, tradition, blended with the true feelings of brotherhood among the people of Nepal is what makes the country a must visit nations. According to Global Peace Index, among the 7 different nations in South Asia, Nepal ranked as the second peaceful country. दोस्रो peaceful country को रूपमा पर्छ. The report published by the Vision of Humanity National named Bhutan marked as Bhutan as the first place in the list of most peaceful country in the South Asia. Nepal has been consistent contributor of UN peacekeeping since 1958. 3 years after Nepal joined the UN, Nepal has lost 84 troops at the June 30, 2011. During the various peacekeeping missions across the world, member of the United Nations in 1955 and since then has been an active participant of the most UN peace operations. Nepali Army has contributed the senior appointment at force headquarters and has also deployed military contingents, military observers and staff officers. So these are the Nepalese peacekeeping force working is for the UN. So okay, this is about the essay Train to Pakistan regarding this essay. If you have any queries, mention below in the comment section. If you find this video helpful and interesting, like the video, share it, comment it, and subscribe it. Click on the bell icon to get notification from upcoming videos. Thanks for watching this. Goodbye. Have a good day.